Hello, everyone. Let me see if my new Bart Johnson cool thing works. Huzzah. Look at that. That's from Mr. Bart. I had a problem before, and Bart fixed it for me. Thanks, man. All right, here we are. So, let me do this real quick, because I want to warn you. Where are you? Right? How about that? Things are going wacky. You gotta love live streams, man. Okay. So, I'm leaving this area over here. So, hopefully, you can still see the comments. It doesn't look like it. Anyway, this is going to be the Unscripted live stream, and I'm going to give you a warning. First, I'm going to welcome everyone who is here. There it is. All right. Let me just see who's here. Wow. We've got... Don't want to miss anybody. Bart, thank you. Andre, worth it or not. Awesome, sir. Thanks for joining. Mike Kelly. Hey, man. Thanks. Sweet. I force my viewers to listen to elevator music before I prep my streams. Awesome. Oh, Curtis is here. Curtis, I am so glad you are here. You'll see why in a little bit. Okay. Steve. Hey, man. Curtis is everywhere. I saw your debut last night. Excellent. Oh, nice. Outdoor Adventure TV. Hey, man. Who do we have here? Who is this? Wall? Sorry. Labib, I'm driving to work and listening. What? Wow. That's cool, man. Frizzlet Film. Hey, hello. Looking forward to a late night show. Time is 2300 in Denmark, 11 o'clock. Mike Kelly. Hey, dude. Hey, boss. Looks like it's working. Good job, Bart. You got it working. Nice work to Bart and Kevin. Bart. And glad to be here. At Bart Johnson, back in my day, we had to drive to work. All right. I'm going to switch over this screen because I'm going to give you a little warning. I just want to say the following because I'm going to give you a forewarning. Okay. This is not going to be short. Grab a cup of coffee, Joe, tea, water, beer, wine, and visit the bathroom. You can always rewind it or watch the replay later. Thank you for joining me and everyone else, and thank you for your support. Seriously, I mean that from the depth of my core of my soul. You'll see why this is not going to be short, because I'm going to get into the questions that were asked, and there's a lot of them right now. Okay, question 1. Sorry to laugh. Lot going on. I admit I'm scared financially, don't know what to do, feel overwhelmed, and want your advice no matter how pointed. Don't hold back. I trust your opinions and advice, and you have never failed me. Wow. Okay. We're going to go through the questions up front, by the way, and then we're going to jump over to the live stuff. I just have quite a few questions. I'll take them as fast as I can, but this one, I'm going to jump all over it. These are my opinions, mine alone. Maybe it'll help you. Maybe it'll piss you off. I'm sorry, but I'm going to answer this guy as kindly as I can. Here are my answers. Okay. Here is my advice. Take it or leave it. Change your normal operating basis. Things are different, not the same. Waiting is bad. Right here. Let's check it out. Change your operating basis. Things are different. Things are not the same. Waiting is bad. So look, I know there's tough times, sir. I know everyone's going through a lot. I know some people are scared. I know they're frightened. All that stuff. You need to kind of change your mindset, and I'll go through this in a minute. You can't just go, well, things are all the same, and I'm just going to hang, and I'm just going to do normal, and I'm going to hope everything works out. You're going to have to confront it. You're going to have to look at the world. You're going to have to take action and not wait for something to happen. Waiting's bad. Just saying. Next, number 2, get off your ass. It's inertia. You're the boss. Be the boss. So look, I've seen this before. I've covered this in courses. I'm not talking to the people who are probably watching. This probably doesn't apply to you. Like I said, you can go get your coffee and tea and come back later and go blah, blah, blah when Kevin's done. There's this thing. It's a law. It works. It's true. It's called inertia. When you try and push something that's still, it wants to resist you. And when something's in motion, it tries to resist you to stop. You have this thing called a body. And when you're working at home and you're watching Netflix and you're eating your chips or you're doing your emails or whatever, and you're like, wow, I don't feel like working right now. Things are tough, blah, 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 blah. The most basic thing you can do is just be the boss, get over the inertia. You're at rest and you go to do something and your body says, no. The laws of the universe say, no, you're at rest. Be the boss, man or woman up, be the boss, pick that thing up, tell your body to get to hell, to work and go do stuff. Really, I mean, it sounds silly, but that really is the basic of some of it is there's this inertia on your body and you're being sedentary, and you just need to be the boss and tell your body to get to work or you ain't paying it. Next, stop pretending it all is okay. These are tough times, tough measures. Everything is not okay. You're just going to have to, again, confront things, look at the world around you. Don't go into pity party. Don't go into, oh, the world's going to end. Let all those other people do that, but confront it. Things are different. You need to change your operating basis. You need to not be the effect of things. These are tough times. That means you're going to have to grab the bull by the horns and get with it. Next. This is not the same as any other past thing. I just covered that. Don't go, well, it was like the 70s when it crashed, and it was like the internet crash, or it was like back in the 30s or 40s when we had this. This is different. This is a pandemic. It's covering the entire world. I think the last time this happened was the Black Plague back in the 1400s or 1600s. I fell asleep in history in school, so I don't remember the dates. Just own it. Times are tough. Crap's happening. Cool. What are you going to do? Next, the world is not the same. It may never be the same. I hate to hit you with this, sir, person I'm answering. The world's not the same. It may never be the same. That's okay. You can sit back and go, oh, this is terrible, or you can wait for something to happen, or you can just own it. World is not the same right now. It may never be the same. Financially, things are going to change. Own it. Confront it. Figure out what you're going to do to make it right. Next, don't freak out. Don't be affect. Be cause. What do I mean? Oh, I don't know, and I may lose my job, and it may be terrible, and things may happen, and blah, 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 blah. That's all, it's happening to me and I can't do anything about it. You can always do something about something. Be the cause of things and of your own life and quit doing the, oh, it's terrible and I don't know what to do. You said I could be pointed. I'm being pointed. I'm sorry. Okay, next. Stop doom surfing. Cut off the freaking news. I did a little Twitter test. Some of you may know. I've been very active on Twitter for about the past month. I always do these little tests of things. And I went on to Twitter, and it's great hanging out with people. And Curtis is on there, and Bart's on there, and there's Photo Joseph is on there. There's all these cool people, and I'm interacting with them, and we're keeping it light and telling jokes. And yet, I think it was yesterday, I found myself on Twitter realizing, I'm embarrassed to say, that I had just spent 4 freaking hours on Twitter, and as I'm scrolling down, I get more and more news and more crap and more junk and everything else. Just stop doom surfing and get out of it. Get off of it. Set a timer or something where you're going to go watch this stuff. I go to the governor's site here in Oregon. I go to, where's the other place? The CDC, and I shut everything off. The way I see it is if someone knocked on my door and said, hi, I want to come into your house, my house. I want to come into your house, and I want to sit here, and I want to tell you how bad everything it is and how it's failed, even go over the top and take true things and twist them into something a little bit different. I would shut the door and say, bye-bye. I don't want you in my house. I don't want you infecting my brain. Times have changed. I got stuff to do. I spent 4 hours on Twitter, bailed, and went, okay, I'm going to give myself a certain amount of time to engage with my people. Stop doom surfing. If you're doing that, stop it. I promise you that if something bad's going to happen, you're going to hear about it. I promise you, you'll hear about it. No one who wasn't watching the news didn't find out about this virus thing. And getting in there and getting upset and riling yourself up and riling other people up, it's not healthy, man. Get to work. Use that time efficiently, especially now. We're going to be out of this in just a minute. Next, clean up your act. Okay? I mean, you have this chance. If you're one of those people, you have this chance for the first time in history to clean up your act, to change, to start helping people, to get your act in gear, to think about it. I see some of these late night shows, hosts who need really some help from us YouTubers. Not shaven, blah, 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 blah. If my wife is still fortunate enough to be able to go to work because of what she does, of course, she's the only person in I think it's a 30,000 square foot building, square yard, something like that. When she comes home, I'm dressed, I'm shaven, my hair's combed, I'm not sitting on the couch, I'm busy. Clean up your act, man. Like, have some pride in yourself and pull yourself out of the chair and get with it. You told me to not pull any punches, so I'm not. All right. Don't be afraid to ask for help, not handouts. It's totally cool to ask for help. I do it all the time. I've gone to Curtis, I went to Bart, I go to other people. And I'm like, hey, do me, man. Again, effect. I'm waiting for someone to come along and do something for me, blah, blah. Just stop it. And be willing to help others. Seriously. We live in a strange time. Ask for help if you need it. Don't be, oh, I can't ask for help. Just do it. Next, don't expect a thank you. I, over 30 years, have fallen into this a couple of times. I've pulled myself back out. Usually my wife slaps me upside the head, not literally. It's like giving someone a Christmas present and expecting them to go, oh, thank you so much. If you're going to give some help to someone, do it. Know that you gave help to someone and be proud that you did. If you expect a thank you or a like on your video or that you did something or some type of freaking award, then don't do it. Do it because it's the right thing to do. Next, almost done. Always give a thank you. Do I need to really reiterate on that? Don't be afraid to ask for money, but be sensible. The 20%. Okay. I'm going to try and keep this short until we get to the good stuff. Look, everyone's having a problem with, not everyone, some people are having a problem with money. They're having a problem with their income. They're having a problem with their jobs. They're losing their jobs, or they're being threatened with their jobs, or they're whatever. Disconnect from the news and the media and all the crap. The minute you buy into it's not okay for you to make money because there's a world problem, don't do this. If everybody plays the we should get everything for free game, our society will collapse as we know it. You need to make money to survive. Don't be afraid to ask for it. Now, don't go out and be silly about it. It's okay to ask for money from people who have money and want what you have. These guys are coming out of the woodwork. They've always been there. Maybe Bart knows it. I would imagine Curtis knows it. I know it. And every other YouTube creator who creates a ton of content for free gets hammered when they mention anything about making some money. Don't buy into it. It's just the 20% of the people. They've always been there. They come out and they'll scream at you. Don't be afraid to ask for money and come up with creative ideas on how to do that. Almost there. Look for a minimum of 3 sources of income. You probably are wondering what my sources of income are. Let me show you. First, I have my YouTube channel, of course. I also have affiliate links to things where I make money. I also have the university. That's 3. And I will be pretty soon starting a podcast. Why? Because I like doing stuff that scares the crap out of me. Like when I started live streaming. And you can monetize this. Maybe no one will show up. I've never done podcasts before. It scares the crap out of me, so I'm going to do it anyway. That's 4 sources of potential income. Don't be afraid to go make money and be creative. Okay? Next, get creative. Like I did. Just get creative. For example, here's a couple examples. Just let me show that. Get creative. Here's a couple examples. No lady. She has a hair salon. She's shut down. She can't cut hair. She's got a real problem. Get creative. Reach out to your clientele. Tell them, hey, I know this is going on, but look, in a month or 2 or 3, you're going to need a haircut. You're going to need to come back to the salon, or you're going to need to come back to get our mom and pa shop coffee. You're going to come back and want your nails done. If you pay me now with a discount, I will treat you like a VIP when things come back and you come in. First come, first served. You're awesome. And you could generate money that way. You could go change your entire career and start mowing lawns. There's so many things you could do. And I know someone's going to go, but I can't do anything about it. Well, I don't want to talk to you because you need to get over your inertia and you need to realize times are changed and you need to pull up your bootstraps and get the hell to work. be creative. Come up with something. There are always solutions for this. I got a real good one coming up. It's called free money. I got your attention, didn't I? Okay. Apply for the SBA relief loan. Now, what is that? You may have heard about it. I'm going to show this to you. If you come over here, there will be a link in the description below. The way this works is there's a ton of money sitting out there. If you've already been working, don't be embarrassed. Get over your own crap like I did. I don't like collecting unemployment or getting free money or whatever until my wife said, hey, you're a sole proprietorship and this is not a big deal. They're going to give you $10,000. It's not a loan. It's a grant. I don't want to go through all this thing. I applied for it. They give you $10,000. You paid your taxes. You paid into that. You might as well get some of that money and it'll help you. I turned this on to my landscape guy. I said, hey, I know you're having a tough time. People are canceling. Money's tight. Go check this out. So let me show you here. You apply. You go through here. It's a streamlined process. It's already been vetted by Congress and the Senate and approved. You click all these. I would do sole proprietorship. You review. You're going to check all these off. Look at them. You're not a member of Congress. Blah, 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 blah. Yada, 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 yada. You could replay this. Business legal name. I'd put in basic filmmaker. Trade name, basic filmmaker. This, just push in your social security number, pick some organization. You're not a nonprofit. You're not a franchise. Gross revenues, just put it in. It doesn't matter. It could be $150,000, $90,000, $50,000. Put it in. Cost of goods. What'd you spend? Forget this, this, forget all this. Unless it applies, forget all this. Give them your address and all your crap. Give them your email and all your crap. I don't want to fill this out right now. But there's a next screen. You verify you're not a criminal, that you're not in jail, blah, 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 blah. And they're supposed to fast track these. They get back to you. They give them a bank account number and a routing number, and they dump $10,000 into your account. Period. And that's how that works. That can really help a lot. I think it can help a lot of people, especially since you already paid for it. You already paid your taxes. Now, I don't want to get into politics and what's good and what's bad and is the president good and is this terrible for the economy. If you get that $10,000, you're going to buy goods, you're going to buy services, you're going to pay your rent. It may hold you over for the time being, and you're continuing the economy. When you buy stuff, it continues the economy. So that's big tip right there. Go do it after this live stream. Next, emerge from this awesome. Wow, what happened there? Emerge from this awesome. Everything I just said, you can rewatch it. Just grab the bull by the horns, get your butt in gear. Now is the time to 10x your production, to get out of your head, to look around and see what you can do, to apply for this SBA loan, turn off the freaking news, quit being the effect, go for it. Take the bull by the horns. The world's different. It's going to be different. Change your mindset and go, or don't. Okay, I'm done answering that question. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Hopefully that was helpful. If it wasn't, well, I just wasted a bunch of your time, and you can leave a comment below that said I wasted 10 minutes of your time. All right. So let's go into question 2, which is cooler stuff and more appropriate. Question 2, why are some people who have ATEM Mini recommending going through OBS to live stream via Facebook, YouTube, etc.? Why not go from the ATEM Mini directly to the Facebook app as a webcam? Stay safe Treat your fellow passenger on this spaceship Earth with compassion. Hey, that's cool, man. Let me do something here while I'm in this live stream. Hopefully you don't bail on me. There's the SBA loan link. There's the university link. There's the podcast that doesn't have any links. Here's the ATEM affiliate link. Here's the ATEM Pro affiliate link. I'll throw these others in here before we get on this. This will be quick. Everybody's talking about it. I'm going to throw this other stuff in here because otherwise I'm going to forget. There's that. And here's Mark Johnson, who's awesome and helped me. There you go. There's all the links. Okay, ATEM. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody wants it. The difference is that the ATEM Mini is used. You have a live stream, you basically have a camera and a mic and blah, 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 and it feeds into something, and it's a switcher. And then you have something like OBS or Ecamm Live for the Mac or Streamlabs or whatever, and it processes all that crap, and then it throws it at YouTube or Facebook or Twitch or whatever the way that those can accept it. The ATEM Mini Pro, let's go take a look at these. They're really cool. Here is the ATEM Mini, $295. They're back ordered till I don't know when, expected end of April. It's $295. Here is the ATEM Mini Pro live switcher. They are significantly different. Everybody's talked about them. I'm not going to rehash it. Photo Joseph covers this. Curtis, I think, has covered the ATEM Mini. Bart has covered this. Basically, this does a lot of cool stuff. Allows you to do multiple screens. It has a built-in keyer that is the bomb if you use green screen behind you. I don't right now. And it has a built-in streamer. In other words, you could use just the functionality of the Pro, forget the OBS, tie into YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, or whatever, run your stuff into the streamer, 4 feeds, 2 microphones, and shoot it at YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, etc. It makes it a lot simpler, and a lot of people need simple right now because there's a lot of people who don't know how to do this. How do I get my comments on the screen? I want it. I ordered it. The minute I heard about it, I went to B&H, and I wanted to get in line for that because I puddled around when I saw the ATEM Mini. I think I saw it from Curtis, and I waited, and I hemmed, and I hawed, and I went, well, maybe I don't know. And now you just can't get one. I've been trying to get one since January or February. I didn't want to make the same mistake, so I ran over there and got my name in the queue like pronto. That's the difference. I've put the links in here. I would suggest that you go and read the two. There's some videos that Blackmagic did on a live stream. I think somewhere on my Facebook page or in Twitter or something, there's a bunch of posts that show this announcement. Go check it out. And buy what's right for you. I would also like to suggest to you that there are other options for really $99, this little guy, or $149, this little guy. It's not bad. You can use these buttons, switch things around and stuff like that. In fact, I'm using this right now. Hopefully I hate doing stuff like this. Hopefully this doesn't screw things up. Danger. Let me see if I can put this up here for you. Oh my gosh, what's going on here? This is a little Stream Deck. Looks kind of funny. Nope, wrong finger. I think Bart uses this. You can put folders and do different things. I have put in a folder all my streaming stuff. Boop. And that's how I switch things and do things. I think, like, if I want to turn on the display. Wow, that's backwards, man. That's hard. Boop. There's my display. Boop. I come back. Same deal. The thing about this is it's just a controller for OBS and others to do the switching, so you don't have to click the little buttons in OBS. That's another option. They also have little cam links that I don't have something for. That's another option. Keep it simple. Let's go back to the questions, because I got some cool questions. J.H. Brooks, thank you. Question 3. Hi, Kevin. Here's a question for the live stream tomorrow if you have time. I have a channel that I created years ago that teaches a particular programming language. I haven't uploaded anything in 3 years, but I have 1,200 subscribers, and I have 1,000 hours of viewing time in the last 12 months. So yeah, so you could monetize. I want to create a new channel on data science, similar but different to the current channel. Should I keep the current channel and just upload the new videos, or start from scratch by adding a new channel to my account? Look forward to your input. Mike. Yes. Wow, that wasn't on the screen, was it? There's the question. Okay, good. I get this question a lot. If you want to start another YouTube channel and you want to, like, really dial in on that particular genre or that particular audience, yeah, sure, go for it, with some exception. You haven't uploaded videos in a long time. It's not like no one's expecting anything. You already have the chance to monetize. Why not just switch gears now? The other thing you'll go into is, I'm sure Curtis knows, and I know doing this, him more than me, is the minute you say, I'm going to create another YouTube channel, now you got to feed 2. Now you got to keep people interested in 2. Now, I don't care so much because I didn't make this channel to monetize it or get subscribers or do all this stuff. I made it to service people who know me, people who like this format, and mostly the people at the university. I can't make the decision for you. If you want to, like, start a channel again and reach out and build up that audience and pull them in and everything else, yeah, go for it. If you don't care about your, what was it, scientific stuff, and you just want to switch gears, why not? You're not posting new videos, you're switching gears. Well, switch gears. Rebrand the top of the channel, rebrand the whole thing, keep uploading and start uploading videos for your new stuff, make an announcement video, here's where I'm going, and then you don't have to do all the work again. Up to you. In your particular situation, I'd probably stay with that channel. If it didn't work, you could always start a new channel. That's my opinion. Make your own decisions. Keep your own counsel. Next question. My laptop takes 7 hours rendering. Wow. With a 1 hour 4K clip with lots of effects. What kind of laptop do you have? Is there a link to it, or is it custom made? Well, I'll show you what I got. Let me see if I can find this guy somewhere. I don't have it. Oh, wait, I got a link somewhere. And don't do a little doo-doo when you see this thing. I'll explain. This is what I currently use. My old laptop was dying. I did not pay that amount. I do have a link to that. It's a beast. It has 64 gigs of memory. It has 9700, whatever those call, a GeForce 2080, yada, 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 yada. You can get things way cheaper if you get a desktop model. The reason why I did this is because gamers use it, high-end gamers, and I bought it. Again, I did not pay this for it. I went to Dell directly, and they'll give you discounts, especially now. If they don't give you discounts now, Not that I propose that everybody should give everything away for free. I bet you can get some really good discounts from Dell, who make this Area 51 laptop. I went with a gaming laptop. They need high frame rates. They have high memory, all that. This thing starts out at about $2,500, and I just decked it all out. The reason B is if I'm waiting 7 hours to render a video, I could create two. I am doing courses and pumping out free courses at the university, and I'm doing this channel. I'm doing a bunch of other stuff. I don't have time to wait for a computer to render a video. So for me, it was an investment. I'm not saying you should go spend $6,200. Get a desktop. Get a Mac if you're into that. Like an iMac. There's some pretty boss iMacs that work. Laptops are more expensive. I also got this because it's upgradable. I can take this, I'm using it right now. I can pull the cards out. I can pull the memory out. I can add in or upgrade SSDs. I can do all that. There are a lot of reasons I did that. I also used to travel a lot, so I wanted to make sure I had a boss computer to do that. Or just spend the 7 hours rendering your video, and while you're rendering the video, don't worry about it. Start it overnight or start it during the day. Work on what's your next video, how are you going to script it, what are you going to cover, and just pump things out. That's my advice. That's all I got for you. Let's take the next question. We're almost done, and then I'm going to check the comments, which are probably gone crazy. I did this for fun. Big K. Big B. Big F me. No, not that one. Ha! Mr. Basic. KTB FM. I likey like a station ID. Kev baby, the Kevster, the Kevinator. Good God, I'm old. Still not sure how to make fun of you. You think that's hard? Okay, let's go back to these. You weren't watching this. Anyway, appreciate your emails. 38 years of marriage is fantastic and impressive. Congratulations, and give my sympathies to Mrs. Basic. Keep up the great work and enjoy life even more than it appears you already do. Maybe a course on sentence structure for Patrick. Hey man, thanks. I love emails like this. They make me laugh. They make my day. They energize me, etc. Next question. This question is, how come I have more subscribers than you, yet your videos are way more awesome looking? Your audio is to die for, and you are so much more handsome than me. Curtis Judd. Okay, that was a joke. I'm so glad Curtis is here. I mess with Curtis a lot. I joke with him a lot. We banter back and forth. That's why I love the guy. You should check out his channel. Obviously, if you're an audio person and you need help with audio or whatever, and you don't subscribe to this guy's channel, just, I don't know what you're thinking. Anyway, sorry, Curtis. I just had to have some fun there. Anyway, let's go to some live comments and see what I've been missing this whole time that I have been blah, blah, blahing away. All right. Let me scroll up to the top here. Yada, 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 yada. We'll see if it changes. Doodle-doo. I'm going to move this window over here so I can see what's going on. Sorry, folks. Old guy. Glasses. Ah, there we go. Okay. Reconnected. Damn, it worked. Did a production. Did that. Forced my viewers to eliminate. Hello, Curtis. Did that. Saw your segment in Dave Andrade's video. Hey, thanks. Dave, that was really cool of him to. Also that thing, Curtis was in there too. Also that thing that Gerald Undone did. Fun video. I love when these guys do this. It takes time to do it. I mean, we're all working our butts off and it takes time to do it. It's just fun. Have fun. Question for when you are ready. Since you also have a comment name of Kevin, Basic Filmmaker Unscripted, does that mean you have 2 YouTube accounts? Yes. This channel as I mentioned earlier, it was mainly made for members at the university, Basic Filmmaker University, tips, advice, people who like to listen to me blah, 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 blah. It's there to really service those people. If you don't know what the university is, just go sign up. I have free courses over there. You can take them. I don't spam you. It's easy, but that's who this channel was made for. Now that I think I have the live streaming working out, I'll be doing more concentrated private live streams over here for people like that went into the YouTube course and want to get down and dirty on that. I know I was going to talk about YouTube, but this is going to be really long and has been really long, so I'm not going to go so much into that. So yeah, 2 channels. There's Basic Filmmaker channel, which has, I don't know, almost as many subscribers as Curtis Judd. And then there's, I don't know why he's so fun to poke at, because I know that he's in isolation and can't kick my butt probably. Yeah. Curtis is in the, hey, Captain Jack, house. That's right. He's awesome. Steve Broomfield. Curtis is everywhere. Yep. Looking forward to the live stream. Thanks, man. I am driving to, oh yeah, we did this. Looking forward to a late night show. 20 Denmark. Hey, boss, it works. Looks like it's working. Vital Butana. Hey, man. If you don't know who that is, Vital is a cool guy. He's a filmmaker. He makes movies, and they're good. He's awesome. Very active over on the Basic Filmmaker University Facebook page, which you could enjoy the other hundreds of members and get a lot of advice and tips and be able to ask any question you like without any fear if you had taken a free or paid course and you asked to join. But no, you don't have to do that. You got it working. Yeah, we did that. Back in my day, we already did these. Beer it is. Bart, feeling the pressure? You have never failed me. Captain Jack, pressure. Captain Jack, I've been spending weeks trying to reinvent my business strategy. It's a whole new game. True, man. Way to go. Thumbs up. There are quite a few people doing that, and I really admire and appreciate people who get it, realize that they need to get their butt in gear. They're going to have to change their thinking, the way they look at the world, be creative, and just make it happen. I mean, the worst that can happen is you do a bunch of work and you change your business strategy and it's working for you and you come out the other end, all the better. Terrible. Okay, Ravenwolf. Hey, man. Hi. Busy editing and space the live stream. Oh, you mean you're working and creating stuff instead of listening to me blah, blah? Terrible. Bring out your dead. Hey, Dave Clark, man. I can never not make this joke. Dave Clark used to play with the Dave Clark 5. I don't think that's true. Captain Jack, Dave Clark, I need to watch some Monty Python. Yeah, Monty Python, man, they're awesome. Bart, I think I'm just going to become a live streaming consultant. Huh. Now, that's not a bad idea. You know, I made this. I'm in the process of making this live streaming course, free course. This is like my 6th or 7th free course, which is fine. I love doing stuff for people, sometimes to my own demise. And I did it because it's not for you guys. It isn't for Bart. It isn't for Curtis. It isn't for Photo Joseph. It's for people that are sitting there like my wife, who doesn't need this right now. And she's like, okay, I have a computer. What do I do? Same as me, 6 months ago, I think. I went out and said, I'm going to do live streaming, Basic Filmmaker, Unscripted channel. I ran into terminology and stuff. It blew my mind. I also ran into people, not digging on these people, who knew all about this. And they're talking to you about the ATEM and the Mini and the stream you're using and why aren't you using the HDMI Gold 32642 cables when you should be running it through a mixpre and processing your video over there. Like, and I went, there are people like my wife who don't know crap about this. When you talk about live streaming, they're like, well, how do you do that? That's why I made the course. Anyway, as a live streaming consultant, why the hell not? Go for it. I mean, there are opportunities out there. That's a great freaking one, man. You know what you're doing on live stream. There are opportunities. There are companies and people and educational systems and governments going, what do I do with this? You walk in and go, hey, I'll consult you. I'll help you set up your live stream. I'll help you set up how to do it, what equipment to get, what's the best way to do it, and train you on it. Give me a bunch of money. Great freaking idea. Do it, man. I think that's awesome. Dave Clark, doom surfing. I didn't make that up. Somebody on Twitter came along and said something about doom surfing, and I was like, I'm going to remember that word. It's hard. They hit you with blah, or you feel like you're going to miss out on something if you don't watch the news. Ain't going to miss out on nothing. Captain Jack, love number 7. Uh-oh. 7. Stop doom surfing. Oh, yeah. As I've been doing it for 2 weeks, I call my sister to give me snippets of the news. I'm banned from Facebook and didn't care to appeal. My Twitter account got hijacked. That's good. I did my little test, as I mentioned earlier. I'll continue on Twitter, but I did my little test and realized, wow, hi, come into my house. Tell me everything bad that happened. It is so counterproductive, especially during this time. Walter, Detroit. Hey, man. Bart Johnson. I don't watch or click on any news. Wait, is there something going on? No. Right now, this is the only thing going on. That would be sad. Welcome, Walter. Bart Johnson. Kidding, of course, but true about the news. I don't follow it. Yeah. It's terrible, man. It was years ago. My mom, she was bitching. Oh, I hope my mom doesn't watch this. Bitching about politics and who the president is blah, 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 blah. And I finally convinced her to like cut the cord. Like I had her just watch the weather and had her do something else and knit or crochet or play with the grandkids or help my dad. And it took about a month. She came back and went, I feel so much better. I get that. Captain Jack, I've been taking many online courses. Nice. My brain is nearly burnt out. Reminds me of my college days. Yeah. Now's a good time, especially if you're still being paid or you're going to take it and make an opportunity and go, I'm going to cram and I'm going to merge from this with a whole new career that people want. Go for it. Take a walk. Walk away. Go outside. I mean, you have to stay 6 feet apart from each other. There's nothing that says you can't go outside, walk around the neighborhood. I mean, look at Bark. He goes outside with a dog with that spiffy new camera and shoots its eyeball. A little jealous. Get outside. Get some fresh air. Throw a ball against a fence in the background. Something to get out of here. Because your universe, your space, your whatever, where you live ends up closing into about this. And you got to get out. Look at other stuff. Get up. Ravenwolf. We can't escape it. Even things that are not news related are talking about it. I'm keeping it off my channel so people have a place to take some time to time off the event. Yeah, absolutely, man. I kind of hated going through this earlier thing with this guy who I withhold the name because it's just more like there's a virus, people are dying, doomsday, everybody's deployment, you may lose your job. I heard some BS when I was on Twitter where they take, I don't want to get political. I'm not going to say I like Trump. I'm not going to say I hate Trump. And I'm not going to go anywhere in between. I just don't subscribe to banging on people. I mean, don't you have something better to do? Don't you need to like clean your garage or paint your wall or do something else? Captain Jack, great thing. Mike Kelly, hey Mike, this is the first time I've taken notes during a live stream. Huh, cool man, thanks. Outdoor Adventure TV, hey, amen. Bart Johnson, Mike Kelly, I hear ya. I want a copy of that PowerPoint for when I have kids. It'll just be called, This is How to Be a Person. Okay. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I'm 62 years old. I have some experience being a person. I've had some experiences in my life that I don't want to talk about. They were short and long-lived. As you heard earlier, I've been married to my wife for 38 plus years. We love each other dearly. But she has a good gauge to look at me when I'm being one of those people temporarily and just laughs. What are you doing? That's cute. I should make this. Yeah, that's what I should do. I should put this PowerPoint up somewhere. I'll figure that out. I always assume. Thank you. Agreed on the multiple sources of income. Yeah. That may save me. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Curtis is, he's having a tough time. I mean, he was only making like 1.5 million or 2 million on his YouTube channel, you know, and he's down to like $800,000 a month. It's tough for him, man. I got to stop doing that. I love Curtis. If I wasn't married, I don't mean this to be creepy. I swear I would pay him a lot of money to live in his basement just to like suck all the data out of his brain. Dave Clark. Woo! Woo! Kept check. I've been around many wealthy people, and they always said to diversify your income to multiple streams of income. They say there is just too much risk in only having one income stream. That's true. I mean, I look at some of these people in the past, they only had YouTube. I cover this in my YouTube course. That's not a pitch. I should I mention that? If you are enrolled in a free or paid course over at the university, there are things regarding my courses that you might want to know. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Yeah, I mean, I have a tough time with that. And I don't want to get political again, but it just, I look at a person and I see, it's the same with these money rats. And then when you jump in bed with the money rats, it's like, what's this game and pouring on people? I see some guy and ethically, you know, hey, I'm selling Corona masks for $1,000 a piece. Screw you, man. Like, you should be shot into space with no oxygen. Sorry. But people who work their butts off and start a company and make it grow, employ people, make money, make more money, employ more people. Everybody had tax them. You make $1 million a year. I know a guy who makes about a little over $1 million a year. He's kind of protected right now. He employs 200 people. They have jobs still. They all go out, they spend, they pay taxes, they make money, they're not in fear of their jobs. But the guy started from nothing. When there was $200,000 of payroll, he put it on his credit cards. Like, this guy spent 10 years with more pain and 2 kids than you could shake a stick at. And now that he's making money and the company's successful, it's like, oh, you got a lot of money. You suck. No, you suck for attacking people who are employing people. I'm on a rant. Next comment. Oh, those are all my links. La, 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 la. Yeah, I'm going to look into that loan, a.k.a. grant. Yeah, look into it. If you didn't hear about the loan, you just joined us. There's a link below. You can go later. Don't freaking wait. If you are a sole proprietorship, LLC, whatever, if you're like, oh, I made $90,000 last year, they're not going to give me anything. Yes, they are. Just apply, keep it simple, rock and roll. It's your money that the government has that they're giving you. $10,000. It's a good deal, and it's smart. More links from me. La da 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 da. You forgot about the donation link. Okay. I went through this on my last live stream. I hate asking people for money in exchange for me not giving them a course or giving something. Oh, dude, you're killing me. All right. Fine. You know what? No, I'm not going to do the donation link. I'm not doing it. Here's what I am going to do. I suggest you go over to the Filmmaker University, Basic Filmmaker University. I put a link. Take a free course. There is a donation thing over there. Take a free course. I allow coffee donations of $9, $19, $29. Many people have done it. Bless you, folks. I would rather someone took one of these free courses or a paid course or whatever and got something out of it. Excuse me. I know. Make an argument. I'm giving you something now. Whatever. I would rather someone do that. That's what I would rather you do. So I'm not posting a donation link. Cocky old sucker. That was with an S, aren't I? Thank you very much, Captain Jack. Curtis Judge, ATEM Mini. You need an encoding app of some sort. Facebook app acts as that if you're just streaming to Facebook. OBS can stream to almost any streaming platform. I thought when I was watching the live stream from them that they had stuff built in where you could stream to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, etc. straight from the unit. Now, that being said, you get a lot with OBS or Ecamm Live or all these different things and ads and pop-ups and comment things and everything else. I thought that was built in. I'm probably wrong. Far be it from me to question the more than knowledgeable Judd. But I really thought that. I'll check that out. Thank you. Captain Jack, coffee donation link. Go to the university and take a free or a paid course. If you've done them all, you've paid for them all, you've donated them all, sure, use the donation link. I love you, man, but it's just a thing. iSpike is here. Woohoo! The new YouTube Academy course is the best. Hey, thanks, man. If you don't know iSpike, and I need to talk to him because when he's doing a live stream, people can put links to their crap in the live stream. And I tried this. I tested it earlier with Bart. I tried it earlier. I invited everybody. Hey, throw your freaking YouTube channel thing link in here. I mean, don't spam me and do the sub for sub thing. It doesn't work. You'll see it. I won't. So I'm going to talk to this guy. iSpike, he's from Australia. That sucked. He's an Aussie. He's way over the top. I have a hard time watching his live streams, not because there's something wrong with him. He has more energy in him than I've ever seen, and his live streams are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours long, and it blows my freaking mind. Really. It's hard for me to watch, and again, it's not him or what he's doing. I'm like, he's awesome. He's freaking awesome. Really is. Uh-oh, where'd it go? There it is. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Bart, even with the ATEM Mini Pro, I would send it through OBS or Streamlabs. Yeah, absolutely. The software allows me to customize graphics and add videos and transitions. That's true. Another thing about the ATEM Mini, the ATEM Mini, correct. The ATEM Mini Pro allows you to do transitions. It allows you to include video, photos, overlays, the whole 9 yards. I'm not saying don't use OBS. I'm just telling you that that's what I saw that was in there. I'd be hard pressed to use I'd be hard pressed to use the Mini and not use OBS. I think when I get it, hopefully soon, hopefully, Black Magic, are you listening? Send it now. I think I would try it by itself without anything else and see what would happen. And then I would add back in OBS. That's great, man. iSpike. I have the Mini. It's awesome. You son of a... iSpike has everything. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 cameras running, 5 cameras, audio, music, cameras up here, smoke machines, motorcycles, sparkly lights. I mean, it's just like... And this guy lives, I think I have this correct. He lives in, I'm going to try this. This will make him laugh. He lives in Perth, Australia, in a town of like 10 or 7 people with this giant tower outside. It's funny. You need to watch this guy. I'm glad to have that. Bart Johnson's, I love Stream Decks. I have a regular, and the XL uses to stream and also control hotkeys in Adobe Premiere. I didn't even think of that. I'm looking at my Stream Deck. I can run Word, Excel, my email, Notepad, Google, Gmail, upload, comments, video folder. It runs Premiere. I need to look into this more. Controls hotkeys. Oh, awesome. Dave Clark, everyone prepare to drill. To drool. Thanks, Dave. I'm sitting here listening to the live stream and building my new 4K editing PC. Outdoor Adventure TV. Nice. Sweet. That's nice. Yeah, I got a laptop and spent a bucket of money because I needed it at the time. Would I buy it again? Yeah. I mean, if I were in this is my editing area. This is where I do my live streams, but this is where I do my editing. I've covered this before. I have the laptop. I will unplug it. I'll go downstairs to the counter, get some coffee, and edit down there. Go out on my back porch, edit out there. That's why I want the laptop, so I don't like go crazy. But man, if you don't have the money and you need a beast, go with a desktop. I know Curtis, I think, uses an iMac. He produces videos. I think he used Final Cut Pro. He produces videos. He does okay on it. Okay. His videos are awesome. That's cool, man. Captain Jack, what speeds up my editing was to install an eGPU. I have the Sonnet GFX breakaway box, which only cost me about $600 and works on my Mac Mini 2. Yeah, if you don't know what he's talking about, there are people and companies that make these boxes, and they're basically a plug-in graphics processor. So you have like, yours is okay in your computer. It shoves all that out to this graphics processor box. I think that's what he's talking about. I haven't looked at this. Yeah, breakaway box. And it just sits there and it does all the processing. You don't have to, if you can't upgrade your computer. It can be pricey, but man, if you're editing or you're waiting and it's driving you crazy, good thing. I was working, Bart Johnson, I was working with 4K at reasonable speeds on a 2013 27-inch Mac for a long time. Recently upgraded the Mac Pro. My wife says I'm never allowed to buy a computer again. Some of you know, when I went, I've had enough. I've had enough with working with almost stuff. And I think Curtis knows this and a few others. I went out and I bought this laptop. It cost me $4,600. That almost $7,000 one. That's what I got this one for. Go through Dell. I went and got a curved screen over here, 36-inch or 40-inch curved screen. I bought 2 mixpre 3s. I brought the Shure SM7B, a Canon XF 400 4K like I went on this buying spree and I just went, that's it. I'm tired of working with crap. And it was a lot of money. 4, 5, 6, another 7, 8, 9, 10. I must have spent $10,000 or $11,000 at the time. And that's a lot of money. I'm not suggesting you do that now. I haven't looked back. I quadrupled my ability to do things and my peace of mind. Thank you, Curtis and others. I walk into my studio to shoot a video. I turn on my 5D. I turn on my mixpre 3. I got the Rode NTG 3 over. Make sure I'm in focus. Hit the record buttons and go. I don't have to worry about the sound. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to go into post and do all this crap. It was awesome. If you got the money, absolutely. Wait until the beep. Beep. Rendering is best done with a box, not a laptop. Yeah, absolutely. Unless you have a dedicated, like, serious boss computer. Yeah. They're upgradable. You can change parts out. I go back and forth on that. I don't want to get into the discussion of Mac versus PC and blah, 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 blah. Desktop versus laptop. You can always upgrade later. When I've had, part of my decision was when I had desktop computers, I can upgrade them. I can add new memory cards. I could do this. After 2-3 years, I didn't. Something changed. Maybe that's my bad buying, but I ended up just buying a new one. That's going to tick somebody off. But yeah, for rendering, a box. If you can afford it and you have a laptop and you're doing editing and everything else, some people, well, I don't want to get into this, but some people have a separate desktop, a machine, a box, where they go off and they send it over there and they let it do its thing and they just continue working. It's kind of the idea, like when you get into these larger studios, they have what they call render farms. They're loaded with racks to do this stuff. Anyway, another discussion. Bart Johnson, everyone knows Curtis pays for subs. This guy, man, I give him so much credit. He started out in photography, like me. He's trying to find his legs, and then he went into lighting and stuff like that. And he finally zeroed in on audio and sound and microphones and all that stuff. And his channel's just like going up. And he knows so much about it. Captain Jack, Curtis Judd, you're so freaking awesome. Yeah, he is. CJ Watson, hey man, Curtis's channel is great. Great in-depth audio information. Yeah, he's helped me so many times. He's helped me spend a lot of money so many times. Just kidding. It's my decision. JD, hey man, YouTube's notification seems broken. Yeah, I get complaints. The pre-notification when I send out stuff, YouTube right now, I don't know, it's kind of broken. Every once in a while I get a comment from, show up in my inbox from a week or 2 years ago. I myself will get live stream notifications or pre-notifications or premiere notifications long after they're done. They're working it out. I don't think they're heavily concentrated on fixing things. They're heavily concentrated on making sure everything's stable and going. Now is not the time for YouTube not to work, for sure. Let's Celebrate TV finally made it. Hey man, hi. Let's Celebrate TV makes, it's a cooking channel. He and his significant other, I think I'm not sure who this is. He films it. The other guy does the cooking. They make like banana bread and I want to tell you to go watch the channel, but if you are at all even this much hungry, don't watch it because you'll get hungry. It was like 1 a.m. or 11 p.m. or I forget when it was. I was watching. They were making homemade banana bread. They do some really cool things. The way they film it, the way it goes, the multiple cameras. He's filming, the other guy is showing and doing. They've uploaded some of their processes to the Facebook University group. Don't go there and try to get in if you haven't taken a free course, at least, or paid course at the university. I just deny you. Keeps out the riffraff. Can you still say that, or is that not PC anymore? They have a great channel. I've learned things from them. They do some things at the end. Anyway, you should check them out. Bart, JD, Jamarilla. I got an email. I got an email today, too. Sorry. Agreed. JD, it's always a problem, so I just add live streams to my calendar. Huh. Yeah. I guess keeping a consistent live stream is smart. That's smart. That's really smart. Time for me to do another 6,000 hours of live streaming. It was a lot of hard work. It is a lot of hard work. Before I started this, thank you, Bart, again. Dude, I so owe you like a case of beer or whatever the hell you drink. I owe so many people whatever they drink. My connection went down. What I was trying to connect to wouldn't connect. I could see comments. I couldn't see me. OBS couldn't start the stream. I was like 40 minutes before. I'm like, it's a lot of hard work. That's why when I get the OBS Mini Pro, everything will be better. It's a joke. Shane Everett, hey man, hi. Captain Jack, hello. Dave Clark, I'm a courier for a testing lab driving around Washington. Looking forward to adding your podcast to my driving list. Wow. A courier. I'm a courier for a testing lab driving around. Man. Bless you, sir. I love that you still have a job. And talk about having this virus stuff in your face all the time. Dave Clark. Shane Everett. I live in the country. So tons of free space to be outside and always away from others. It's a beautiful day. That's awesome, man. Howdy, Captain Jack. Captain Jack. Hey, Dave Clark. We're practically neighbors. I'm here in Linwood. Where that is. Curtis Judd. Ha! That's not how he laughs. Curtis Judd. I was not making anywhere near $1 million, pal. I'm sorry, I misspoke. It was only like $750,000. It's a joke. Curtis and I, at one time, can I say that? Yeah, this wasn't private. Curtis and I were joking one time about how we were going to soon retire. I think it was something about we have a hard time stepping over all the money all over the floor in our house that we make from YouTube. Shane Everett Henry, I've been trying to get my stream set up properly, but my internet is just not fast enough right now. I can use my phone, but even then it's not getting a high enough bit rate. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's one of the first thing I covered in my course is checking your Wi-Fi or checking your Wi-Fi provider with whatever. I think it's check your stream bits, something. Check it. Take your phone with, what is that thing? Super speed, or I forget what it is. It always comes up. Check your phone before you start live streaming. What about this corner? That corner? What about down there? What about downstairs? What about upstairs? Before you start live streaming, before you set something up like this, only to find out your Wi-Fi connection sucks. That's terrible. If your actual connection into your house sucks, I know these guys are really overburdened. Do a test. What is this called? All right, I am going to, some people don't know this. take it or leave it advice. Google. It's speed test. I think it's by Ookla. It's not the greatest. It's not the perfect. But yeah, you go here. It finds a server. It thinks, yeah, I'm on Frontier. It thinks I'm in FiberFi. This doesn't matter. You hit go. You see what you got. I'm afraid to do this right now because I'm not sure what would happen. You know what? I'm going to do it anyway. I've been talking long enough. Let's see what happens. It's probably going to choke because I'm doing things. Yeah. This may have been a bad idea. Oh, no. It's cool. Oh, it's amazing it still works. So it tells you your download speed, which is kind of important to talk back and forth. What's really important is your upload speed. Because remember, you're streaming this stuff, your video and your audio, and it's all being packaged up, and it's all being sent over to YouTube. And wow, that's really great. You know, I'll take that any day. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'll take that. And so taking your phone and using speed test or your iPad or whatever and finding out where if you're on Wi-Fi, where it's good. If you're a direct connect like an Ethernet, and let's say you're paying for 50 up, 50 down, and you're only getting 2 or 3, I would call my service provider. I would be very kind with them. I would be very patient. You're going to be on the phone for 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 2 hours. These guys are having a rough time keeping everything going. I know they are throttling my connection. I'm supposed to have 500 up and 500 down. Like I'm going to complain right now. But if you're getting not enough, you can call them and tell them, I'm paying for 50 up and 50 down. I need this to be able to do what I do. And see what they can do. For me, I found out they actually sent a person out, gave me another router, blah, blah. But I found out in the end what happened is I've been using a router, supplied by them. And all they needed to do was remotely is update the firmware or something in the router because it wasn't working well and it was done. So I would check that out. I would definitely check that out. What else we got here? Bart Johnson. I can use my phone, but you've been holding out on us. I imagine that he has, what, an ATEM Mini? Or the billions of dollars. Captain Jack, I nearly spit out my coffee when Kevin said Curtis's income dropped from millions to hundreds. Yeah. Yeah. He doesn't make millions. I wish he did. I think he should. But that's just not in the cards right now. He may at some point. He's doing really good. JD Jamal, did you see the Tom Antos Tiger King takedown? I did not. I watched Tiger King, the first episode. I know it's the thing right now. My wife and I watched it. We were like, WTF, what are we watching? There are other things that we're watching right now. We just went over there. But no, I didn't watch that. So it wouldn't make sense to me. Dave Clark, or the money rats should floss with a chainsword. Dave knows I did some stuff with a friend that had to do with this. It's called the Warhammer 40K universe. It's a game. Space Marines. I have a chainsword replica and a bolter replica that were handmade and a few other things like that. And he's seen them and others have seen it a couple of times who are in the games or into that game and gone, what? Not selling it ever. Bart. Why does it keep scrolling on me? I haven't watched it yet. It's great. Hey, man, I'm not meaning to offend you by me going, I didn't like it. A ton of people like it. A ton of people. Go check it out. That's just me and my wife and a come on. I have some weird freaking taste, right? I've seen many proposals internationally for governments to waive taxes at least till the end of the year. Yeah. I could see that. I don't know. I think everybody's trying to figure it out. I just think everybody's trying to figure it out. I think no matter what you think, again, I don't do politics, sex, religion, gender, sexual orientation, race, creed, color, ever, for any reason. Unless you bring it up and throw it in my face. You got whatever you think of him. You got a president, and he's being hammered. And you have governors, and you have states, and they're all like, WTF. And yeah, put your foil hat on, and the CIA saw it coming, and he already knew about it. We already covered this earlier. Turn off the frickin' news. I feel for these people. They're trying to figure it out. It's not like they've ever had anything in comparison to figure out what to do. It's kind of like, well, I won't go into that. That's just like crappy stuff I don't want to talk about. With the ATEM Mini Pro, yes. With the original, no, you wouldn't need an encoder rep. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, the ATEM Mini, which is still awesome, you have to use something. He's absolutely correct. You have to use OBS, Ecamm Live, Streamlabs. You have to have something. It collects the video and the audio. Some audio, there's some workarounds, and all these video signals, and it packages it up, and it throws it into your computer, and your computer goes, okay, cool. And then YouTube or Facebook or whoever's sitting over here is saying, feed me. And in the middle is your computer. Well, how am I going to take that and feed that? I know I'm pointing to my computer screen, which my computer's actually down here. And that's where the software comes in. OBS, Streamlabs, Ecamm Live, I think it's called. There's a bunch of stuff. There's so many of these. I would suggest you stick with the ones that are vested. OBS, it's been around for years. It's free. Streamlabs, been around for years. Vetted, tested. Ecamm Live for the Mac. I've seen Curtis's streams. I think it's a monthly payment or whatever. Great. Maybe you want to use Zoom. I know Bart covered this in his live stream earlier. Maybe you want to use Zoom. I don't like it because you can only have 100 people at a time. And then what if I have 200 people? They're screwed. Then I have to start paying for it. I don't want to do that. But hey, if you're getting 100 people at a time, cool. And there are some things you can do in Zoom to improve the audio quality. Like there are some behind the scenes, if you dig deep down, you can tell Zoom, turn off all that crap and say, I just want the raw audio coming in. Don't process that. I'll be checking that out. They're great. I know there's Webinar Jam and a couple others, but they're great. Like if you're running a webinar and you're doing an offer or something like that, they're great for doing a buy now. Be ethical about that, my friends. Not my friends who are in here, because you're all cool. Talking to other people watching later. You can do these webinars and have a link and sign people up for stuff. They're very successful. Yeah, Mini Pro has encoding. That's right. Yeah, and I'm dying to, I mean, I used to do tons of green screen stuff. My most popular video, bar none, it's 1 million views right now. I still get comments off of it. I still make a ton of money off that one video through YouTube for ad revenue. I'm really into the green screen, and I'm dying to try, for my own purposes, their keyer. A keyer is, you got green, you got me. Now I want to key you out, or I want to get rid of the green, which means I'm here. Everything else is basically transparent and invisible. Now I could stick something back there, whatever that may be. And it has a built-in keyer that, from what I've seen, is freaking awesome. And that's in the Mini and the Mini Pro And for really high-end keyers, unless you're using After Effects, you could pay some bucks for these things. Curtis Judd, thanks, JS. Trevor Bagnell, hey man, late to the show. What did I miss? Okay, let's start over. So the first question we had, everybody, it's like, boom, please, no, the first 10 minutes. You can rewatch it, man. Thanks for joining us. Let's celebrate. Thanks for the plug. Me, Phil. Okay, it is Phil, is the director, producer, editor, computer geek. Peter is the host and chef. Yeah, that's true. Man, that's cool that that you got the easy job. You know, I'm not everybody's cup of tea with my humor. I just tell you. Dave Clark, it's a marijuana testing lab, so I drive to farms and producers to pick up samples and drive back to the lab. Cool. It's good that you're working, man. That's good. That's cool. Where did I put that? I think I posted it on Twitter. I was going through a grocery store and, you know, people got gloves, doing this, all being kind, all being nice. I love the way people are acting now. They're not acting like a-holes, at least where I live. And the cashier, they have plastic things up and everything else. And there's this bagger down here with all these people around. And he's complaining, man, I just, you know, I have to work these really long hours. My wife's wondering how many hours I have to work. And I have to work these really long hours. And man, I just, you know. And I'm like, I said to him, hey, you should be glad you have a job. There are some people that don't. What in my head was saying was, excuse the expression, you dick. There are people who lost their jobs, who are frightened as crap, and you're complaining about the hours you have to work? Dude, if I was in that position, like if I had a job right now, I'd be like, you want me to work 16, 18, 20 hours a day? Sign me up. As long as you're willing to pay me and give me a paycheck, I'm good. Sign me up, baby. Kind of got me going a little bit. Bart Johnson. Net? Oh. Yeah. After Curtis, you know, I mean, he takes 1.25 or 1.5 million. He has to pay taxes. It's like a 50% tax bracket. It's $750,000 net. She's nuts. Hey, man, thanks. You were in Bart's live stream, too. EU. EU? Okay. When I go to iSpikes live streams, or I tune in later, they're Australian, and they use all these terms. I'm like constantly, right clicking and going, what does this mean? And ho yo, and is that a bad word? And they use all these terms and stuff that are really cool that they use there in Australia. I'm like, I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Bart Johnson, it's free. I would use it all the time to check how reliable our upload speeds would be at convention centers. Yeah. I wish there's this other one that the Frontier guy, that's my internet service provider, gave me, and I'll have to find it. Apparently it does this thing safely, he says, where it actually does uploads and downloads and blah, 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 and it gives you the true internet speed. Whatever. Shiznuts, haha. Wait, Bart, Shiznuts, long time. Yeah. Shiznuts, I know, right? Such a seldom sight. Like we're so busy. You know, it's funny how people who joke about how busy they are, like they joke about it. Yeah, you know, busy and everything else. They're usually like busy as hell and get more done in 5 minutes than most people in 2 hours. Captain Jack, okay, I'm switching to Frontier. 4 ping, 500 megabits per second. Where do I sign up? Fiber is really the way to go. Yeah. Again, as I covered earlier with the cameras and the mics and all this other crap that Curtis beat me to death with a bat to make me buy. Joking. I'm responsible for my own actions. I'm going to be doing these live streams. I'm going to be doing this basic live streaming course. I want to take out of the mix another point of failure that I don't have to worry about. I don't have to worry about it. I took it out. I called them because I had a problem. I waited like 2 hours. I said, connect me with a salesperson. I was like, look, I'd love to have more speed. I was 100 up, 100 down. I'm so glad I did, because they're capping some people. Like if you have 100 up, 100 down, sometimes you'll see 50 or 40. I get it. Right now, everybody's freaking working at home. They can't give everybody unlimited bandwidth. So mine gets capped. Okay, cool. Great, neighbors. That's cool. But when they cap mine, I'm still good. My worst capped rate is 100 up, 100 down. So I'm good on that. Yeah, so I called them. I spent a really long time. I was really nice with them. It's a rough time, dude, for these people. And for going from, I originally was doing 30 up, 20 down, and year or two ago, I went to 100 up, 100 down. They had the guy made me a deal, and I think I had to spend $75 to have the guy come out and give me a new router, which I found out later I didn't need. I'm not going to bitch and complain to these people. And I went from 100 up, 100 down, supposedly, to 500 up, 500 down, and it cost me $10 more a month. Bing! You betcha. Just nuts. Real challenge, watching both this and Gerald Undone simultaneously. Yeah, when I was having a problem with the internet and this, and Bart, thank God he chimed in early and was helping me. I also had him playing the live stream that I missed, that I thought it was at noon, and somehow I got that all mixed up. In the background, having Bart help me via the comments with Bart playing, it was tough. Bart Johnson, we are lucky here and have gigabit, 900 up and down. Nice. Sweet. That's so perfect. Jay, suggestion for people would be to run a comparison between wire and wireless. Sometimes your hardware might be a bottleneck, especially if you're paying for over 150 megabyte speeds. Yeah, that's a great tip, dude. Thank you, Jay. Thanks for joining us, too. In this area, I have no choice but to do wireless. Downstairs, I have an older Dell M6700 or 7300 or something laptop. It's on its last legs. And for this computer, the Alienware one, yeah, it has no problem with Wi-Fi. For that one downstairs, how did this work? The Ethernet connection, direct connect, was slower than the Wi-Fi connection. And I was like, wow, what the hell? And I tested it a bunch of times. Great tip, man. Check them both. It's just nuts. Here in Europe, they restricted like Netflix and stuff. Restricted it? Like you can't watch it, or you only have so many hours? Man, don't take away my Netflix. Isn't it funny? When I look at what people were bitching and complaining about 3 and 6 and 9 months ago, I broke a nail, oh my God. And now, I'm like, wow, internet, that's tough. But it's only Netflix. Say more about that. Bart Johnson, can you get a VPN? Are you going to hack into it? JD, the Tom Antos video is a critique on devious editing. Oh, I'll totally watch that. She's nuts, haha. JK. Where'd I go? Shane Everett Henry. Hey, man. Yeah, my download speed is 5.48 and upload is 0.23. Yeah, man. You're not going to be able to live stream on a computer with that. I haven't. I've tested this. There's a lot of factors. I think you can get away with about 18 up. Excuse me, 10 up and 15 or 20 down. That's rough. You can also take your whatever, your encoder, like your software, and dial it down so it doesn't use it. I'd be interested, Shane, what you're paying for when you test it. Like, what's the difference between what you're paying for and what you have? Let's celebrate. Just film spring asparagus. Just film spring asparagus soup for Tuesday night. Dude, you make me so hungry. When you see the videos, you'll see what I mean. It's just like, oh man. Then they did this another thing with pork roast or something. Like, oh, Captain Jack. Bart, I have calm sucks with 150 down and 10 up. And it's dog slow if you're a content creator. When I move to my new apartment, I'm installing Frontier. Huh. I think Bart and Captain Jack, are you in the East? Do I have that right? And you have Frontier? I don't think you're in the East. JD, it stands alone even if you didn't see the Netflix one. Yeah, I am checking it out, dude. Shane Everett, all I have available in my area is AT&T and HughesNet. Oh yeah, that's HughesNet is aren't they Europe? I think so. I don't know. Hey, I'm just going to ask you guys a question. Maybe Curtis can help me, or maybe I need to do this offline and not take up your time. I have been through the mixpre 3. Right now I have it set at 0 dB. I have the gain set at 60. It could be 58 or whatever. I think this is coming through loud and clear. It's going into my camera. It's coming back through here. It's going into my Pango, coming into my computer, going into OBS, and coming to you. I have been through that camcorder and contacted Canon and everybody up and down the world. The guys from mixpre 3, the OBS people, my computer, and just about everything. I don't know if you can hear this, but when I'm talking, I hear every once in a while a slight pop, like an electrical pop. I've tried. I've demagnetized. Well, I demagnetized my recorder and computer. But the thing that's really driving me crazy is when I talk, I can hear a slight, almost like air in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear it. And when I stop, like right now, it's totally quiet until I start talking again. I've checked the limiters here on the mixpre 3, the limiters over there in the camera. I have dialed this and dived into this. I don't know who's doing that. I have the mixpre 3. It's all on manual, cool. Limiters are off. I have no high, low, pass, filter, nothing. I'm running from the mixpre 3 for an XLR cable out of the mixpre 3 to the camera, into the audio jack of the camera. The camera sitting there, the XF 400. I'm running an HDMI into my Pango device. The Pango is going into the computer. I'm stumped. If you have any ideas, let me know. Probably now is not the time to deep dive of this. Let's move on. Man, I told you this is going to be really long. I hope you're okay. If you need to check out or something, just check out. I'm enjoying the hell out of this. My company offices is in Georgetown in DC. Oh, I didn't know that. The internet is terrible, but since it's historic, they can't install any new infrastructure to upgrade speeds. Luckily, I work from home. Oh, wow. Dude, that sucks. I was in Los Palmas, which is, thank God I got back at the end of February, with my wife, which is part of Spain. So if you like, you have Spain up here, then South Africa. Right over here, there's this little island, Las Palmas. And I went to this old, like you're walking on stones, walkways and stuff that are like 500, 600, whatever years old. In the U.S., we don't see that. In Europe, they're like, we're still breaking them in. And it was interesting because you could see where they actually, I don't know how they did this, they actually dug out and ran lines within this stuff and laid it down. I don't know if they just said, screw it, we're going to destroy the 500-year-old stone roads. Too bad, or what? She's not. Oomph. Penguin, YT1, hey, your green screen video is epic. Thank you very much, Penguin. Wow, she's been around. A lot of you guys have been around. Penguin's been around for, I think, 7 years, following me and listening to me go blah, blah. Thank you. Even my wife won't listen to my blah, blah. Captain Jack, yes, Shane Everett Henry, those speeds are not going to work. That sucks. You are limited. But there is hope on the way. SpaceX is putting up satellites that will have high speed. Well, I don't know if that's a joke or you're serious. That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, it sucks if you're limited. I'd be really curious, Shane, with that kind of speeds, this 0.2 or whatever up and down. Maybe it's down later in the comments what you're actually paying for. It's just nuts. I don't like Peter McKinnon much, but he had a video having Fiverr artists do some green screen work for him, which turned out to be hilarious. Then he did one with subscriber submissions, which were a ton better. Yeah, well, cool. I don't know if I could say that. Yeah, I could say that. Stay tuned. I'm also doing something for Fiverr. I went over there. I checked them out. I thought this is kind of a cool way to, so if you have some money and stuff and you want some stuff done, this is kind of a cool way to support these people who are working from home. Many of them, this is their only job. And I decided for the Basic Filmmaker University that I want to do a commercial. I want to do a 15-second spot. Just either campy or lively or whatever commercial, because I am my own sponsor. And as I was floating around, I don't know what happened. This girl there reached out to me and said, hey, why don't you do a video for us? I think it'd be hilarious. You're going to make a commercial, and I'm going to have somebody else voice it over for me, and check out the voiceover artists. There's some legit dudes over there when I started checking them out. So I'm going to be making that video. It's probably going to be hilarious, or at least I think it will be. And it's going to be fun. I'm not being paid for it. Basically, it's like what I do. I have affiliate links. People who go over to Fiverr and use those affiliate links, I get, just like Amazon or B&H, I get some change and stuff like that. I am very sure they either paid Peter McKinnon to do this, or when this guy adds an affiliate link to something, I'd love to see Peter McKinnon's affiliate link income for 1 month. I bet you he makes more in a day than I do. Yeah, I saw those. It was hilarious. I also saw later, which I don't know how he did this. I mean, I guess it's promotional for Fiverr. Like, he sent it out and he just said, here's my green screen, see if you can do better. And they did some awesome stuff. I wouldn't do that. I mean, he can get away with it. He can do whatever he wants. Let me look at the videos he posts. I today am clipping my nails, and he gets 300,000 views. Cool. More power to him. hey, I'm going to send out my script to everybody and submit and see if you can do a voiceover better than these guys I chose on Fiverr. I don't like it. Anyway, it was cool. Shane Everett, I wonder how soon SpaceX internet will be available. You know, this is one of these times that people, and I'm a good target for this stuff, man, where I feel like at the end of this, someone's going to go, haha, there's no such thing as SpaceX internet, you silly fool. If that's for real, that's cool. I troll easy, man. I really do. Captain Jack, internet, all you need is a pizza-sized box on the roof of your house. Prices should be about the same as other computer internet prices. Wow. I don't know what you think about Elon Musk. He's a good guy to attack because he's creative and he makes a lot of money. For the 20%, I have no opinion either way. I've seen what he's done. I see what he's creating. I don't know him personally. I think that's awesome. How many cups have you got stacked up? How many cups? You mean like coffee? Stacked up in my body? So you've probably seen that coffee machine, that crazy coffee machine. It does an espresso about this much. Okay, this is going to be the most interesting thing you've ever heard, ever. I take cream, half and half, not milk, and I fill it up to here. I stick it in the microwave for exactly 15 seconds. I've tried 14, I've tried 16, it doesn't work. Then I hit the espresso button, and it gives me my favorite French roast in the world, grinds it, spits it out to about here. It's glorious. So in the morning, I was up at 6, so I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. At noon, I cut myself off. I have a French roast decaf from San Francisco company, which is great, and they use a little cloth instead of the plastic things. And I have one of those, I don't know what they call you, pull the top down with the little cups. And after it hits noon, I drink decaf. And this is probably number 5. I love coffee. I have to make sure I drink water or I will dehydrate and I'll die an old, sad person. Shane Every, Captain Jack, not sure when they will start selling it. I did see they got FCC approval to start selling it. Wow, that's cool. So this is for real. I feel like I'm being trolled. I feel like at the end you're going to go, ha ha. I have a friend who works for Starlink, aka Space's Internet. Might be able to give me more info. He's limited in what he can tell me. I'll send him an email. Hey, dude, man, share. Send me an email. I'd love to know. Nothing better than a pizza box on top of your roof. That's cool. Bart Johnson, Verizon charged me $600 for a router and DVR cable box because they weren't returned. We had a fire and they burned up. They still charged me and insurance has to reimburse me. Man, that pisses me off. I hate to call people out and I hate to socialize bad things for companies. I respect companies. They employ a lot of people. I don't like banging on people. I don't like banging on companies. I don't like going, I'm all butthurt because you did something to me and something happens and then the company gets bad PR all over the internet. Then they go out of business and 1,000 people lose their jobs and they're no longer buying crap and then they're living off of, excuse me, they're living off of, our tax money and stuff like that. So I'm not into that. But I think it was Worth It or Not, Andre. We were going to go to NAB And I forget what airline what it was, United. I don't think it was Delta. He was like, man, no, it was Bailey's. It was Bailey's. He had reserved a room at Bailey's for NAB Las Vegas. So he went to the airline, no big deal during this virus stuff. And apparently Bailey's wouldn't give him his money back for his room. That pissed me off. And I actually replied to him, excuse me, and I copied and tagged, whatever you call that, Bailey's in Las Vegas and said, what's up with this? Are you kidding me? Well, apparently they were like, and got him his money back. It doesn't make him cool, but you have some power in your hands. You just got to use it. You got to pick your battles. Yeah. That would have been a battle for me. If this was a year ago, okay, that's different. If it were right now, I would absolutely. I mean, you had a fire, dude. So that, oh yeah, that was last September, 3 months, October, November, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to get away with it. Thank God for your insurance, dude. She's nuts. Geez, that's messed up. And those may be worth like $60 anyway. Yeah, I don't know. That sucks. Chris Chuck, Bart Johnson. That is nuts. I agree. They definitely were not worth $600. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes it's stupidity. Sometimes you're working with a robot. Punch key, it says this. I can't do anything. I'm sorry. If I owned a company, I'd be scouring the company. I don't care if I had 1,000 employees. I'd be walking through the sales and support area. And when I heard someone going, I'm sorry, sir. I know that you just lost your wife and your job and went on unemployment, but we're going to have to charge you $600. I would just like, I'd pull them aside and go, what in the is a matter with you? You're going to kill us with bad PR. Anyway. It's just nuts. I usually call my provider every once and then, yeah, I won't be needing TV anymore or something. And they go, nah, keep it. We'll only charge you $1 a month. How about that? Yeah. No, I'm not going to tell that story. That bangs on someone. EU does have Netflix, but not full data bandwidth, restricted in terms of quality. Okay. I get that. Hey, as I said earlier, it's different times, man. If Netflix and I pay for 4K, if Netflix went, no, you're getting 1080, dude, or you're getting 720, we have to restrict it because of the times, I'd be like, okay, cool. If I had 100 up and 100 down and they were only doing 50 up, 50 down, they went, hey, we got to restrict it. Because of the times, I'd be okay. If I had 20 up and 20 down, they gave me 5 up and 5 down, I'd be on a phone. Bert Johnson, I spoke poorly of Verizon and the stream started buffering. Now, I haven't been watching this. Let me come over here and make sure that something's happening. Do. Yeah. I've been live for 1 hour 57. I want to see if I can make it past at least 2 hour mark. That's awesome. I want to beat iSpike. Never happened. I think one time he did, I may have this wrong, he did an 18-hour live cast, I believe, live stream. I think he actually holds a record for the longest live stream, maybe in Australia or something. Insanity. No joke, I had to refresh. You know, Shure microphones suck. They're watching you, man. Get out your tinfoil hat. Verizon is watching. She's not Jay. Also, anyone who's going on Frontier, make sure they run an Ethernet to ONT which is a device outside of your house. I know that I have an Ethernet cable downstairs. I have, I'm running Wi-Fi right now. It just seems to be better. I have another router in the parking garage, which is right below me. And I have this big white box. And then I think you're talking about something else. In my garage, I have this big white box. I don't know what an ONT is. But yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe there's something, because I know they actually go somewhere else. They have like these, I forget what they're called, these boxes. They have to connect them right up. Whether you're sharing with everybody else or you have a dedicated line. Too technical for me stuff. Where was I? Oh, don't tell me I lost my place. Oh, no. Boom, boom. Yeah. If it's a coaxial cable, sorry if I missed something. Bart Johnson. You seem to be clipping a little bit, and audio is a bit low. I turned my volume up, and now email alerts startle me. Yeah. I actually had the same problem with your live stream. I'm not being a dick. I had to turn my volume all the way up. And I've had this problem with the setup. Not only that little, what is that? I've had this problem with clipping. I am going to try something because it's probably loud. I'm going to leave the gain alone, and I'm going to turn this up right now some. So be prepared, folks. And it's probably going to clip. But I'm going to turn it up till I get about there. Wow, that sounds really noisy to me. Hello. Wow. There is something going on with this setup. I just turned it way up. Like right now, it's at 20 dB. The fader on the mixpre 3, I'm going to turn it back down. And when I talk really loud, boop, 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 it's acting like there's a limiter on there. Okay, I'm going to go from 0 dB to 6 dB. This thing is acting like it has a limiter on here. I mean, I'm watching this. I turned it up to 20 dB on the fader. I'm going to play with the gain. I won't scream or be really loud. I'm going to turn this down to 0 dB. And I'm going to move the gain up. It's at 60 dB. That's a really noisy signal. That's clipping. And then I turn this. Hello, 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 wow, 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 wow. Yeah. Hello, hello. That's too hot, man. It's 70 dB. Faders at 0 dB. That sounds terrible. If you guys get something else, let me know. I'm going to turn it back down to 60. Actually, I'm going to go 62 dB for gain. And then I'm going to turn this up to 3 dB, 4 dB, 5, 6 dB. It sounds, I don't know. It sounds like it's still clipping. It sounds terrible to me. Sorry, I'm still working it out. You know, I mean, a simple little request like having Curtis come out to my house during the COVID virus and help me with my audio. You know, I don't ask a lot. You do seem to be clipping and audio's a bit low overall. I turned my volume up and now email. Yeah, we did that. Kevin, the Haunted Filmmaker. That's right, JD. Bert Johnson. Curtis Judd, audio makeover. Well, I don't know if Curtis would be down with it, but I would. Pick me. Pick me. We're going to do an audio makeover. Man, that's really clipping bad. I'm sorry, I got to turn this back down. I got to turn the gain back down. I'm going to go 58 on the gain. I'm going to go 60 B 6 dB. 6 dB. It sounds better to me, less clippy. I don't know. Yeah, absolutely. An audio makeover? Hell yeah. Pick me, Curtis Judd. Curtis Judd is going to give Kevin an audio makeover, and Kevin's going to show him what he's got, and Curtis is going to show Kevin how to fix his crappy live stream stuff. I'm down with that. Just think about what benefit humanity would have if you did that video. It's just nuts. Sometimes I watch a video and people don't even say, hey, okay, Google, but the assistant still activates. Yeah, I've seen that. Sometimes when I'm playing my own videos downstairs and watching them, then Siri on my phone, I have it set to an English guy. Siri on my phone goes, oh, how can I help you? Bizarre. Jay, sorry, update. If it's a coaxial, they will need to come out again and get you higher speeds and change your... Oh, right. Gotcha. That's true. iSpike, hey, man. Yeah, you had your holiday and got back just in time. Yeah, he's talking about me going to Spain. iSpike, live streaming is so cool, isn't it? It is cool. I don't know what deity gave you the ability to talk for 7 hours, but I want to have a talk with him. Shane Everett, I'm just paying for a hotspot linked to my phone service through Metro PCS. Excuse me. It isn't worth it. Totally going to be trying for a dedicated internet service. I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Lol, most of the artists on Fiverr are con artists, it seems, lol, but I'm sure there are legit ones too. Yeah, I don't know about the con artist thing. I don't think I've ever used Fiverr. I used some other voiceover service for a project that I was doing for another company for a commercial. I don't know. I mean, I look at Fiverr like that Peter McKinnon video and these guys doing this After Effects stuff. You know, they got to make a living. They're trying to pump this stuff up. Maybe they're just like, whatever. I'm sure they're not happy now that they know Peter McKinnon just posted a video to 1.5 bajillion people on how their After Effects skill sucks. But you got to realize on the other end that there are people that think they're good at what they do and that they're going to offer this service to others and they have no idea. Possibly. You should see Toledo in Spain. It's just beautiful. Changed with history and culture, and it has a certain mix of medieval, Christian, Jewish, and Islamic roots with more Occidental life. I totally want to go back to Spain, dude. At least in Las Palmas, the people were so nice. And I noticed, not to bang on anyone, the waiters, the waitresses, the hotel staff, the people that we went out sailing with, and I know there's service people. They put every single waiter or waitress, I'm sorry if you're a waiter or waitress, to shame here in the U.S., at least the ones that I've seen. Unbelievable. Happy, like truly, not like, hi, can I take your order? They were truly happy. They loved working. They loved their job. They were like coordinated, and they'd come in. They were like, let me get you something else. They were there when you needed it, not when you didn't. Cordial, well-mannered, unbelievable. I love those people. Plus, you can get some sick swords down there, JD. Okay. I'm not bringing a sword back. Shiznuts. Voiceover Pete, I think, got famous because of Fiverr, so that's cool. He was in a bunch of high-end meme videos. Yeah. I mean, the ones I've checked out over there, they're legit. Like, I think the ones I'm checking out, one of them is like a kind of lower end guy, and there's a couple higher end guys. They're legit. I mean, some of these guys have like 20, 30 years doing voiceovers for some high end stuff. It surprised me. That's voiceovers. I don't know about making thumbnails. I don't know about doing After Effects stuff. I don't know about make me a bumper, people? I don't know. Voiceover is tough because when you go to the page, man, it still sounds like it's clipping. When you go to the page, there's their voiceover, and you're going to listen, and it either is good or it sucks. Wow, I hear a dog barking? I don't have a dog. Robert Shaver. Hey, man. How you doing? Robert's an old guy. Robert's an old comrade. Paris, France. Sheltering. Yeah. I spike. I got on average 25 up and down. You do that live stream with 25 up and down? Dude. You are blessed with some live streaming something. Ravenwolf Retrotech. We are supposed to go visit family in Aviles, northern Spain late this summer, but I expect it will be canceled. Yeah, I was supposed to go to with my wife on a trip, half business, half pleasure. Yeah, it was actually March 31st. We're going to Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. Nope. We canceled it. Like, I don't freaking think so. You know, I checked at the time in Aruba, which is where we were flying in. They were like, yeah, sure. We're cool. We're open. I think it was April 1st. Or the 30th. Nope, closed. I don't want to travel someplace. I'm not worried about traveling someplace. I mean, I'll stay away from people. I'll like be really cool about it and everything else. What I am worried about is when I leave and I come back into the country and they go, oh, never mind. I know a guy that iSpike knows who's on the YouTube course, Bad Outlaw, I think it was. During this, he came to the U.S. and he went and visited Nashville, stuff like that. And then he flew back to Australia in the middle of all this. They were like, you got a 2 week, 1 week or 2 week quarantine, man. You're going to be in quarantine for 2 weeks. I really don't want to do that. I will do a VO for you, a good Aussie accent. Yeah, I actually picked. One of the ones that I'm picking has an English accent. You know, English accent, Aussie accent. They're the same thing, really. Australian audience now beats me up. They're not the same thing at all. I might take you up on that. And I also picked someone I know who lives in Australia. I mean, you could do a voiceover, dude. Ravenwolf, SpaceX Starlink should be available later this year in Canada and northern U.S., but will be mainly for rural. I hate this word. Rural. Rural. Will be for those customers. I can never say that word. I don't know. Wow. I'm kind of rural. I mean, I know I have a great speed. I don't need it. I live in a town of 30,000 people out in the middle of farmland, wine country. It's just nuts. I did a voiceover for a teleportation device advertisement once. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've done some voiceovers myself. You would not recognize my voice for commercials and some training and some corporate training videos, stuff like that. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I was going to do my own voiceover, but I thought this is so cool. I'm going to try someone else. I want it to be insouciant. You know, insouciant, carefree. I want it to be a little up. I want it to be like, whatever. I want it to be, hell, I might even use a dude with a New York accent. I want it to be short. I want to place it at the beginning of my videos. I haven't quite decided how I want it to be, and that's part of the problem. And I'm not necessarily going for funny. But I want it to be fun. I want the commercial to be fun. I like having fun. JD, I wouldn't advise on that trip for at least a couple of years. The health system is public and it's broken with the whole situation. Yeah, could be. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think anybody, as I covered earlier, no one has a crystal ball. Be smart, be safe. I know the chances of you getting this virus. I mean, think about it. In the U.S., there were, is it 20 or 30,000 cases? There's 500,000 people in the U.S. That's a pretty small percentage. Which, until you get it, it's like, whatever. And then when you get it or transmit it, I'd be so upset with myself if I did something and I didn't take care and I got it. Worse, if I had transmitted it. How do you get over that? How do you look back on your life and say, well, one of the things I'm really proud of is I transmitted COVID-19 to 20 people and some of them died? Shit, no, man. I'll stay in my house till we get the all clear. Coffee? Need more coffee. Yeah, worth it or not. Yay, internet back up. Hey, man, I was just talking about you. Your internet went down. I've had up and downs. I'm really happy this is going. I was talking about earlier, Andre, how Bailey's tried to screw you and how I used that power of Twitter and tagged Bailey's and basically said, what's up with this? And they finally were like, whoa. I run on coffee. Me too. Captain Jack. How far are we? I'm going to see where I'm highlighted. Oh, we're almost getting the end. Thank God for everybody, huh? Captain Jack. Ice Bike Filmmaker. You're crazy, dude. I love you. I put your stream on my second screen while I'm editing photos. Yeah. Here's the thing. If you watch this guy, and I don't know anything about the ethnics, not ethics, ethnics, that's like the way they talk and the terms and they use in Australia. But in the US, for me, if you watch this guy and you didn't know him, you'd be like, who is this crazy nut mofo dude with the and I've talked back and forth with him and emailed him, asked him some questions and stuff. He's who he is. He's just who he is, and he's got a freaking heart of gold. Captain Jack, yeah, I would like to know more about it for sure. Let's celebrate TV without getting into GMS. Get more stuff. New acronym. Mindset. What's the best gadget under $100 that made your production life easier? The best production gadget under $100. It's been a long time since I spent under $100 for something. Under $100. I wish I would have said under $4,000. No. Hold on. This little dude right here. I did a review of it. Let me see if I can do some magic here. Oh, come on, baby. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Zooming in. This guy. This was from Anderson. I think somebody else makes it. I did a review on this. It's just one of those little, you put it on top of your camera. And boy, it doesn't like that focus. Put it on top of your camera and, mono light, mono microphone. Boy, it's after my face. It's got this little ring on here. And so when you put something down, usually they have a cork and stuff. Wow, that's from smashing my fingers in a door. It's got this little O-ring. So when it seats, it doesn't ruin the bottom of your monitor or your microphone or whatever. It's got this ball. And when you yank this thing down as hard as I possibly can, every other single mount I've had, when you do that, it leaves a burr. This does not, for some reason. I don't know why. It's got where this is keyed in the bottom. And what happens is you slip it in and then you tighten it like that and it locks that sucker down on the top of the camera or whatever you're mounting it to. And the coolest thing about this, I think I have 3 or 4 more of these on order. They're out. Oh, great knob. This is one of the first one of these where you undo it and you know it's by the camera and it's like, uh-oh, I can't go anymore. This is one of the first one of these where this, come on, focus, dude, where this actually works. You pull it out, you move it, and then you can undo and do it. I love that. It's also one of the first of these camera where that's undone and it's a smooth move, and between undone and done is literally that much. And the other cool thing about this is it's a hot shoe mount, right? So I'm going to take this bottom off to show you this. You may have seen this video. If you take this top and screw this sucker off and you flip it over, come on, camera. You're supposed to have awesome autofocus. You'll notice here on the top of this, these little arrows, if you have another hot shoe mount, don't unfocus. Come on, baby. Cameras. That's a hot shoe. Imagine a hot shoe up here or a microphone or something like this. So you could buy this and put this on top of your camera. Focus. Put this on top of your camera. And like I am getting like 3 or 4 of these for lights, microphones. And then when you need to move, you undo your microphone, slip it off, stick it on another camera. That's an Andy Sin. There's probably a bunch of people who make it. I would say, okay, where'd it go? Wow, that's really close up, huh? Whew. Hello. Let's move her back. That's too far. A little headroom. That should be okay. I would say that's the best purchase that I've gotten. The 3 or 4 coming. They're sold out right now. It's $19, $20 that I've seen for a long time. Now there's another company called iFootage who you may know I adore because they make awesome stuff. They're coming out with something. I'm doing a live interview with them probably next week. They're in England and Japan, one of them, English guy, Ian. I'm doing a live recording, whatever, with them, and they're going to show a new product that's really cool and will blow your mind, and you've never seen it before, and there's nothing like it, and it's easy as hell, and it's crazy, and it's awesome for a certain type and a certain way to mount or unmount any of your gear. I can't say any more. I probably already said enough. Anyway, thanks for the question. That's probably the thing. This thing is awesome. That's the one that it just blew my mind. I was just like, wow, this is the bomb. Get 3 or 4 of these, leave them on top of all my cameras. There's one up there. I think I have 2. No, I just have the one I think I have 3 or 4 coming. I put it up there. I put one on that camera. I put one on my other camera. I put one on my other camera. I can even put this on top of my action camera and everything. If I want to mount microphones or monitors with this quick release, unscrew, pull it off, put it on the other one, done. Microphone off, monitor on. Love it. Anyway, good day, mate. Cheers from wild Western Australia. Now here's one. Oi, oi, oi. Captain Jack, I'm basically doing the same. It's just the editing B-roll instead of photos. Okay, worth it or not? Yep, Bailey's. Finally got it sorted thanks to your to them. Yeah. I mean, again, don't be an a-hole. You know, I'm all hurt because, you know, I'm at home and Frontier is only giving me 100 down and 100 up, and I'm paying for 200 up and 2 up. Come on. There are certain times to pull that trigger. B-roll. Star. iSpike. I got my first affiliate commission a few days ago. Thank you, man. Nice. He's talking about over at the university, I have a whole affiliate system. And I'm really tough about who uses that because in the past, let's just say there are people who will talk about doing something and people who actually do something. iSpike is one of the people that actually does something. And I have an affiliate, and I pay my affiliates for promoting my free and my paid courses. They get an affiliate link. They go over there. They get paid 40% off the top of any course that is purchased. If someone goes and takes a free course and they come back 9 months later and they decide finally to drop, even on donations, to drop, say $79 on a course, my courses, they get a 40% commission. And I've had some crawl out of the walls earlier and they didn't do anything. I've had people come to me and go, sure, I'll do that if you pay for ads and you... Stop it. iSpike is one of the few people. There are a couple. I'm not going to mention them, but since he did, I'm going to talk about him. It's one of the few people that promotes it. And since he promotes it, and since he does the work, he gets paid for that. You probably didn't know that, did you? These courses, that this was part of that recent thing that I'm not going to talk about here regarding my courses that only goes for members only. And if you got my email, you know what I'm talking about. This is part of the things that people don't know. You take the price of a course, you lob off. Same would go for Curtis or anybody else here doing these online courses. You take the course, you lob off what you're paying for the service, the host of the videos and the blah and the emails and the da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You take out the credit card and the payments and everything else for another person. If I'm hosting a course for them, they get 50%. If there's an affiliate, and I only have 4, I believe, there goes another 40%. So you do the math. If I don't think affiliates get paid on people who have done other courses. I'll have to check it out. I don't think so. But that's how you do the math. So when somebody's sitting there and they can actually put up and produce as an affiliate, and they're not a pain in the butt, and I don't need to hand hold them, which I don't have time to do, and they're not bitchy and complaining and needy, and I'm the only one and entitled and everything else, and they can actually do something, and I've seen them prove that. In other words, I'm going to make you an affiliate, and you go do your thing and drive people to my university so I could still eat, and I'll pay you a handsome commission. See you later. And that's what he's talking about. So he just started doing that, I think a month ago. And what happens is the way it works is, although I give a 7-day, I probably shouldn't say this live, but I'm going to. I give a 7-day money-back guarantee. If you come to me after 5 days and goes, I got nothing out of the course, it sucked, and I hate it, I'm going to say, I'm going to check. Did they watch it? Did they go through it? Whatever. I've had 3 refunds in 7 years. One was from a kid who used his mom's credit card without her authorization. The other one was a lady who wanted a refund, and she watched 1 out of 50 videos and said she already knows all about it immediately. Another was a mistake. When somebody asked me for a refund, boom, later, you're gone. I will not deal with any of that because I know, don't call me pompous or arrogant, or go ahead. I know the value of what I'm offering people in exchange for the money I'm charging. And if somebody wants to bail or they want to try and go in there and they don't listen and they don't go through the course and they don't do the things that I say to do, then and they want a refund, I will refund them just like that. So anyway, 7 days. What actually happens behind the scenes, I can't believe I'm saying this, is I have to, through my service provider, they allow 30 days in case there's a refund, which is smart. They're doing all the processing and everything. Then after that 30 days, it could be 2 and up to 30 days to when they do the payouts. They pay out my affiliates, they pay out my course instructors, they pay out me, and of course they subtract all the expenses and the credit cards and the this and that and everything else. Anyway, that's what he's talking about. He got his first payout probably from a month and a half ago. Well done, man. Thank you. Captain Jack. Oh, yeah. That's my next project, to edit a video for the Center for Wooden Boats promo for the nonprofit. That's cool, man. Worth it or not. Live. Hello from Texas. Hey, man. Texas. It's a different world down there, dude. Captain Jack, Ravenwood Tech, you're exactly correct. Starlink will be marketing to rural customers as they are in dire need for higher speeds. I'm looking into it for my sailboat. That's cool. Well, that opens up a whole lot of possibilities. Bart Johnson, didn't mean to trigger you with the Verizon mistreatment. I paid that and will be reimbursed. You didn't trigger me. Every once in a while, I like to express myself. This is the Unscripted channel. I don't care. I heard that if you use a VPN, you can fool your ISP and they stop throttling your internet. Yeah, maybe. I'm not messing with it. I don't have that much knowledge to play with that. It's working. I'm sticking with it. Captain Wolf, that's amazing. As you are just a high energy creator, I don't know how many Red Bulls I have to drink to do 18 hours. Yeah, he's talking ice bike. I don't know, man. I would have to hook up. I would have to hook up an IV with my French roast coffee or something. JD Rummel, if you want to talk economics, the problem is most politicians and economists are followers of Keynes. Okay. Hayek's theory is much more advanced and it's empirically proven superior if you want to fix the country's economy and generate profit for citizens. I'm not going to get into politics. I'm really not. No, I'm just not. Nope, I'm not. Well, let me just say this. If you can just get out of this idea. Okay, let me say this again. Let me rephrase this, and I'm going to drop it because I don't want to do politics, sex, religion, blah, 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 blah. When you hurt or penalize people who do better and you take that and give it to people who don't, as tasteless as that seems, especially right now, I'm not talking about right now, you're headed for a disaster. When you don't base money in exchange for actual production. Somebody produces something and they get paid for it, you're doomed. I'm going to get off the subject right the hell now. I'm not doing this. Hi, Spike. You lost your voice? Did you check under your trike? Maybe it's there. Captain Jack, I like 99 designs. As you put out a price, an artist try to win your bid by actually doing the work before you buy it. Wow. I'll have to check that out. But see, for me, I feel bad for that. This is my opinion. I'm not banging on you with saying you shouldn't do that. So don't even put those words in my mouth. But for me, I don't want 5 people doing work for me and only one gets paid for it. That's just me. That's just me. And I'm not saying that's not cool to do it. That's just me, man. Bart, I use Fiverr. Really? I have a few people on there who I give all my business. They're basically subcontractors now, and Fiverr is just the payment method. I use the same people all the time. I'd be interested what you use them for, Bart, if you're willing to share that. If you're not, don't say anything. I've used Freelancer and Fiverr for years with pretty good results. My intro, Sting, was $30 off Fiverr. Oh, nice. Dave Clark, did you hear the King of Spain was flying and they wouldn't let him off when they landed? The rain in Spain remained on the plane. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I do this stuff all the time with my kids, and my kids and my wife get me. I made a post over at Basic Filmmaker University. I always make this funny welcome post, and I was bored. I spent about an hour creating this Amazon link where if you didn't read and follow the rules, you could buy, and it looked like a real live thing, you could buy Emily Post Reincarnated, and it had the location it would send to and a big long text in it and what would happen. And Emily Post, she's a lady who did manners and etiquette and stuff like that. And my wife came home yesterday, and I was showing it to her, and she's laughing, and she says to me, "That was a great post." Now everybody groaned. I giggled for like 5 minutes like a little girl. I love that stuff. Bart Johnson, voiceover artists are the same way as all of us, multiple sources of income. They may have contracted work, but also put themselves on Fiverr to keep money coming in. Absolutely. These guys do stuff for commercials. They do stuff on Fiverr. They do stuff, audiobook narrations like I've done. They do all sorts of stuff. They have multiple sources of income. If you went to Fiverr and went, I'm going to be a Fiverr person, and that's my only source of income, dude, you need to get down with a piece of paper and draw that out, what I covered earlier. Bart, gonna have to move the stream to the iPad soon. Gotta start the grill and get some caprese burgers going. Oh, fresh pesto and the patties topped with fresh mozzarella, tomato, and a toasted brioche bun. Now I am starving. I should really wrap this up, but I want to finish these comments, and I think I can, and I'm going to, so I'm not rude. Shiznut's Bon Appetit, off to sleep, 109. Dude, thanks for joining us. Bart, rural is a tough one. My wife can't say. Either can I. My wife can't say Gruyere. Sadly, she says that she loves cheese but can't say it. Shiznut's. See you probs in and not the too distant future again. Thanks, dude. Bart Johnson, take care, Shiznut's. Shiznut's, thank you all too. CJ Wasn't. I purchased several Fiverr stings, intros, and theme songs over the years. Always check out the reviews and samples, then ask the seller a question before you buy. Absolutely. Vet them. It's your money. You spend it however you want. You want to do that, fine. I personally have a bit of a taste for, if I go there and I wanted something like a complicated thumbnail and I wanted the Photoshop back or something, and somebody was going to do it for $5, I wouldn't hire them. That's just me. Again, I'm a bit weird. I think if somebody's going to do that for $5, they, unless they're living in a different country and that's worth a lot more, they don't respect themselves enough, and they're sitting there doing, let's say they do 2 an hour and they work 4 hours, that's 8. Maybe they do another 4 hours, that's 16. Let's say they get 10 done in a day and they make $50. It's good if that's how the way they make money. Me personally, again, like the earlier conversation, I'm not judging anybody. I wouldn't pay them. I actually wouldn't. Bart Johnson, see you Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That was a disconnect, and that's why I missed your live stream, dude. 1, 12, 11, 10 a.m. That I can make. Shitnuts noted worth or not law. Funny thing about Bailey's tag was all of the sudden I was getting dancers from Las Vegas following me. Well, I bet that's an interesting explanation to the wife. Bart Johnson, I'm jealous of photo people. You guys get to listen to music and have movies on in the background while you edit. When I'm editing sound bites from a terrible interview, I can't listen to anything. I actually had this conversation with a photographer, and he said, yeah, you do video. It's so hard and it's difficult and, blah, blah. And I'm just a photographer. And I went, just a photographer? Think about this. I have 15 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, 10 minutes to get someone interested in something in that video or some piece of that video. You take one picture, you get one shot. They look at it, they're either impressed out of it or it moves them emotionally, or it's something they like. They get that split-second shot. I think photographers, like the process of creating a video, I think is harder. I'm not a photographer. I think photographers are beasts, especially good ones. They like, boom, one picture to capture and make it awesome. Incredible. Best gadget under $100. Bongo ties. Oh, yeah. $5, man. I'll be ordering some of those. Thanks. Dave Andrade. Hey, Dave. Post color gear. Hey there. Hey, thanks, man. Again, for including me in your camera video. I'll link it below once this video's over. That was fun. A bunch of people talking about their first camera. I'm Captain Jack, and the chair goes round and round. Leatherman is my best under $100. Leathermans are awesome. Dave Andrade, I'm waiting for their new nano slider, iFootage. Me too. Fortunately, they're like Aperture, Deity, Rode to some degree, and iFootage. Those are my 4 favorite. They will, like Deity, last year at NAB, I was in the booth with Andrew. He took me in the booth, and he showed me a lapel, put some headphones on. I almost cried. I've been looking for 8 years for a lapel mic that sounds good with my voice. Unbelievable. They still haven't released it because it's not done. iFootage, last year at NAB, they have this little nano slider. They haven't released it because it's not freaking perfect. I respect these guys. Aperture, their Nova light, it's an RGB light that we saw, I think it was last year at NAB at a super secret Aperture dinner, which they've now able to discuss about it. Unbelievably, crazily brilliant, mind-blowing. They won't release it until it's perfect. I love it. And iFootage is the same way. Hey, Dave from Bart. I got to roll. Dude, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your help. And eat those awesome burgers that I'm jealous of. Take care, everyone. Thanks, Bart. Bart. See you, Bart. Hey, we're almost done. Catch you later, JD. That's a basic part of the theory from Hayek, what you said. Yeah. Yeah, I got my own stuff. Not that I know everything. There's maybe one or two things I don't know. Joking. Yeah. Raventech, I have never paid only $5. That is for simple things. Usually you are getting some kind of quick edit on a prefab that they can do efficiently for $20 to $50. Yeah, I mean, I'm not against people paying a little to get a lot. I'm okay with that. In fact, on the other end, I'm okay with giving people a lot, way more than what they're getting. I just think it's tough. $5 is a tough way to go. We're going to wrap this up really soon as soon as I get through all these comments. CJ Watson. The gigs were actually $5. Upcharges for stems, license rights, etc. Yeah, I think I paid about 50 for, yeah. That makes sense to me. Let's celebrate. What cooking item do you want us to make a show for you for? For me? For me. Well, I'll give you a real challenge. Okay, I'll give you a real challenge. My Scottish grandmother, I have an English grandfather from the UK. The Scottish grandmother has a recipe called currant cakes, which sounds absolutely freaking awful. It was passed down from my grandmother to my mother. There are no measurements that I know of. It's basically a flaky crust folded around. You'd look at it, you'd be like, what is that? It has currants in it. I think it has something else in it. And my mom makes them and sends them to me, and they're to die for if they're made right. If I tried to get directions on how to make these, and her directions are you add this much of that, a poof of that, and that's how she taught me there's no measuring. Find a recipe for currant cakes, and that would be really badass. That may be too hard for what you're asking for. There's nothing better to me than a good, I love cherries, a good cherry muffin or cherry pie. If you make a cherry pie, you make anything with cherries on it, I'm just going to die. Cherries are awesome. Anyway, we always want ideas. Email me. Try and recreate it. I got nothing to tell you. I don't even have pictures. Maybe I should get her to take pictures sometime. Anything cherry, man. Cherry pie. Cherry muffins. I'll go to the store. I buy a bag of cherries when they're in season. I'll just sit down and eat them all. Love cherries. Anyway, looks like we're done. I caught up. We're going to wrap this up. There's probably almost no one left. Over 2 hours streaming. Only 16 more to go, dude. My throat right now is raw. I don't know how I Spike even does this. It's unbelievable, dude, what he does. Anyway, I am going to end this stream. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for listening to my blah, blah. Thanks for being friends. Thanks for your support. Thank you. You know, what are those? Not Ren and Stimpy, those little hoops and yo-yo things. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. Next week, our goal is to do a live stream, answer all the questions, answer all the comments, and we are going to do it in 59 minutes or under, come hell or high water. That's what we're going to do next week. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for being you. And we're out of here. Thank you.